Fahmi, greetings, salam, salam. Um, um, this is your brother Rahotep um, from Ethiopia. Greetings and salam. I am making these videos to further give you more informations about the teachings and revelations of our prophets of Amun-Ra, our prophets of the ancient camp by the name of the Honorable Paul Nathaniel Johnson, the Fahmi Razul. Um, and for the past 10 videos, that's what I've been doing. So today I'm going to talk about uh, his teachings regarding the Sun, the Sun Sun, and his divine philosophies, his divine revelations. Okay, in the Enlightenment, in the section called Enlightenment, he revealed this back. Mind you, now this man was he began his mission in 1919 to 1954 when he left this physical plane in 1954. So he was teaching that back in 1920s and 30s and 40s until 1954. Okay, so in this one of his revelation, he says, "Look," says, "Look, it has been revealed to me that Jesus and Christ are two different things. Jesus, Jesus was a holy prophet. Jesus was a holy prophet. And Christ is the Son, S-U-N, of God, the Son of God, the light of the world, sunshine, heat, and life giver." Okay? So in this revelation, he said, it was been revealed to me that Jesus and Christ are two different things. Jesus was a holy prophet. Christ is the Son, S-U-N, of God, the light of the world, sunshine, heat, and life giver. So further, this is how he puts it in his and again in his enlightened writings and enlightenment, and in his teachings, he wrote like this: the brain of creation created the Sun, S-U-N, and the Sun became the father of all light, life, and energy, because out of heat came life germs, then a clot of blood, a grain of dust, in slime, S-L-I-M-E, in slime, which was carnated in extreme heat into a lump of flesh in the womb of the earth, or Mother Earth, by the power of the Sun. Thus, we were carnated into flesh by the Sun, S-U-N. Therefore, we are the children of the Sun, sons and daughters of God. Okay? Okay? In the same chapter, he wrote, life is an electrified spark of energy that sets the body in action. The grain of dust is from the Sun. The slime in the water was incarnated into flesh by the Sun, which is gelled. It is from this that we got our bodies. It is now made flesh in the womb of woman by the aid of the Sun, or its power. Okay, so life is an electrified spark of energy that sets the body in action. Okay, when you do some studying, you come to again. I think I mentioned Dr. Lipton, Bruce Lipton, from the University of Berkeley, a cellular biologist and stem cell research, and in his lecture, how he is showing how the body, the amino acids, see the building blocks of the cells, the amino acids, how they move, how they used to be. I mean, if they are in this shape, for example, and they go this, it was this shape. It just how they each amino acid moves, and what makes them. They were like this, but what makes them do another movement? What makes them from this shape into this shape, for example, is when they have energy, when they have stimulation, and when they have some kind of energy, or some kind of when they are stimulated by stimuli, whether it's sensory, or whether it's fragrance, of fragrance or energy. He said that's how they change their shape. They stretch, then they go back. Then they go like they stretch, they don't go back. Whenever, as long as that energy, when the energy comes, they stretch. When that energy or stimuli leaves, they contract. It's a wonderful lecture, and so he said the key to that movement. You see, the key for that movement of the amino acid is energy or external stimuli. What makes the body move? You see, what makes the body and those amino acids move, the DNA and the amino acid move, is the energy. And I thought about, like, wow. And I see here our prophet, Ra, the prophet of Amun-Ra. Even in one sentence, he just gave us, he said, life is an electrified spark of energy that sets the body in action. He says life is an electrified spark of energy that sets the body in action. And but in the previous one, when I read, he says even in here, when he says the brain of creation created the sun, and the sun became the father of all light, life, and energy, because out of heat came life's germs, then a clot of blood, a grain of dust, and slime, which was carnated in extreme heat into a lump of flesh in the womb of the earth, Mother Earth, by the power of the sun. Thus, we were carnated into flesh by the sun. Therefore, we are the children of the sun, sons and daughters of God. Even right now, it is a big biology revolution, because they call them this bacteria. They call them extremophiles. They are found. Those are living bacteria, and living bacteria that are found in the volcanoes, inside the magma, inside the volcanoes, in extreme heat. And it was this scientist that discovered this in 1974 or something, and now it's just, right now it's a big paradigm shift, saying, oh, life can really begin in extreme heat. So they are right now in biology, they are finding different they call them extremophiles, those bacteria and those living organisms that survive in those extreme heat. You see, I'm interested in biology because I studied biology when I was in college, and genetic engineering. That's what was my interest. So and I follow that biology readings and stuff, but they are right now, it's just a big change of saying, oh my goodness, life must have begun 4 or 5 billion years ago if those cells can survive in those heat, you see, in those in the volcanoes, in the magmas. And so, but our Fahami spoke about it. He said the grain of dust is from the sun. The slime in the water was incarnated into flesh by the sun. It is from this that we got our bodies. It's now made flesh in the womb of woman by the aid of the sun. It is, or its power. So he said we got our bodies. Each and every one of us are made from the sun. So we are sons and daughters of God, which is sons and daughters of the Son. You see, Christ. We are sons and daughters of Christ. Ka, Ra, and Isis, which is that Son. You see? Yeah. So that's why even before the Dogons revealed the Dogon tribe in West Africa, before they told him, the French anthropologist, whatever, when he told them that we are children of the light, we are children of the sun, sons and daughters of the sun, you see. But the Fahami was teaching that in 1919, 20s, in the 20s, in the 30s, in the 40s, and he gave you, in fact, he said, look, he said, because out of heat came life germs. You see, he said, out of heat came life germs, then a clot of blood, then a grain of dust, then a slime which was carnated in extreme heat into a lamb of flesh. What turned the blood into the bone? What turned that liquid blood into a bone, into a teeth, into like a bone, is the power of the sun, you see? Even in the womb, what turns the baby in that, and it turns that flesh into bones, into teeth, into bones. What, you see? He said, in slime which was carnated in extreme heat into a lamb of flesh in the womb of the mother, or the mother earth, by the power of the sun. See, thus we were carnated into flesh by the sun. Therefore, we are the children of the sun, sons and daughters of God. The S-U-N. Okay? And in one of his teaching, he says right here, in the gospel, in the Holy Fahami Gospel of Divine Understanding, he just told us right here, he said, in the chapter 2, he said, the sun is the savior of the world in a physical sense, but the spirit that created the sun is the savior of the world in a spiritual sense. This spirit has many names, such as Lillahira, Allah, Fahami, El, Baal, Osar, Isis, Siri, Aman, Kim, Ptah, Aman, and many other names. You see? And he says right here, he says, the sun, the S-U-N, is often animalized and called the lamb, the lion, the dove, the bull, the eagle, the serpent, the dragon, and on goes the parable of the sun. See? The S-U-N, sun. Yes. And you see, even this right here, you say, it says right here in the tree and its branches, in a title, in his writing called A Tree and Its Branches, a Fahami lesson. He says, who were the founders of the religion and the culture of Salam? The ancient Ethiopians, the race out of which sprang the Egyptians, the Arabs, the Chaldeans, the Sabians, the Canaanites, the Cushites of all the East, and sundry other nations like the Sudra, Negroes of India, the Parash, and the Moros or Moors. He says, question, whence came the Chinese and Japanese, the Indians and Mexicans of Mexico, and the Mayans of ancient America? Whence came the Chinese and Japanese, the Indians and the Mexicans of Mexico, and the Mayans of ancient America? Answer, they all sprang out north and south from the torrid zone that built the earth. All were children of the Ethiopians, because all those who dwelt in this zone were black, owing to the climate. Surely the first life on this earth was bred or hatched in the hottest places. You see? He says, surely the first life on this earth was bred or hatched in the hottest places. Right now, the whole biology is looking for life in the hottest places, in the volcanoes, in the hottest places of this earth. You see? So we are sons and daughters of the sun. Okay? And you see, what is the mother of all cultures and religions and language? Salam is the mother of all religions. Salam, which is peace. He spelled Islam. All of the others, like the Jews, the Christians, the Hindu Kush, the Buddhists, the Tao, the Mayans, all are branches of ancient Islam, which is ancient Salam, Isis, El, and Aman. Islam is nothing but Isis, El, and Aman of our ancient ancestors. Those are mine and your ancestors, all right? So when he say life is an electrified spark of energy that sets the body in action. Okay? The grain of dust is from the sun, S-U-N. The slime in the water was incarnated into flesh by the sun, S-U-N, or gelled. It is from this that we got our bodies. It is now made flesh in the womb of woman by the aid of the sun, S-U-N, or its power. So that's why the Fahami says we are sons and daughters of the sun. You know, we are sons and daughters of God, sons and daughters of the sun. With that, I will leave you in peace, and I say Fahami above all to my brothers and sisters around the planet. Fahami, and remember that we are sons and daughters of the sun, and I will leave you with that. Fahami above all. Peace. Salam.